Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beertastic Voyage. My name is Kevin, lawn game backyard champion.
And I'm Justin.
And I'm Mark.
And today
Yay.
we have a gift from Taylor, who is not the lawn game champion.
No, he is probably one of the worst cornhole players I've ever met in my life.
I have never seen someone go over more times than I've seen him.
Yeah, he can't get it into the hole unless he's less than 3 points away from winning.
Exactly, that's true. And for someone who doesn't drink as good a beer as he should, he has managed to bring back what seems like some really interesting beers.
I even had to coach him through this.
Oh, you had to hold his hands for
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Does he take coaching well? Because he doesn't take performing very well.
No, he's sort of coachable, I guess.
Nudge.
Wink, wink.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
We have to ask his wife, but
yeah.
I'm going to assume she's stuck around for a reason, so it's
Yeah.
good for her to know.
And Joanne is lovely.
Yes, we
Yes.
love Joanne. She's the best.
She is.
Taylor is less of the best, because he did not win.
No.
But he brought us back some beers from Gizmo Brew Works out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and they are some interesting sounding beers. I'm looking forward to trying these.
Yeah, when Taylor, all kidding aside, graciously offered to mule us back some beer, I quickly just did like a Google search, and, like literally in the middle of the night.
Google food.
Yeah, and I found Gizmo Brew Works, and what drew me to them was their, I don't know, eclectic, we'll call it, group of beer, and they have a crazy amount of beer. They have like series of beer. So they have their year-rounds and their seasonals, which they have, that's a total of 7 right there. Then they have their Inventor series, which is 10 beers.
Which we have 2 of them here
Yes.
tonight.
And then they have their Brewer's Whim, which is another 10 beers, which we have 1 of those.
Oh, okay. This is one of the Brewers' home ones. Didn't
Um,
know that.
And then they have their Prototype series, which I don't know how many there are, but apparently they're only given out to a few lucky bars, and occasionally go into the, they occasionally make them and put them up in the tap
That's
room.
the really crazy shit that they make on the pilot system.
Exactly. But
Nice.
what's nuts is there's some crazy shit in here. Like, they have, nothing this is that crazy, but they have a smoked porter there. But the Brewer's Whim stuff, I'm sorry, the Inventor series stuff, we have 2 of those, is pretty crazy. One of the beers we have is the Scovilus Maximus. That's going to be the last one we drink. That's a pepper ale.
Imperial Pepper Ale.
Yes. And then we have the Aztec Gold Imperial Chocolate Porter, right?
Yep, and we also have the Black Stiletto Stout, which is an American stout, which is going to be the first one that we're going to try out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys are pouring that out, I'm going to bring up the...
During the bottle inspection, I can't help but notice that the label was applied poorly.
Yes.
And whoever put that on there should be fired.
what I didn't notice. What's wrong with the label?
It's just not applied evenly. There's a seam.
There's a giant
Glass-
bubble in
oh.
it, and it's bad. Like, I hope you ask for a discount, Taylor, because
Actually, you know what? I blame Taylor. Taylor probably messed up the label on the way back.
I doubt that.
All right, so just trying to find a few details, let me read to you the bottle. It's coming in at 6.1% ABV and 31 IBUs. But they label the Black Stiletto Stout as a sexy, silky stout, adds panache to any social situation. So we brewed Black Stiletto Stout with an eye towards style. Its creamy head smells sweetly of roasted barley and caramel before giving way to the full-bodied blend of dark chocolate, toffee, and bready English ale yeast. Our choice ingredients create a rich and harmonious flavor profile that slides down the throat with a velvety mouthfeel. Robust but not filling, our Black Stiletto Stout will make you do a double take.
Excellent. While you guys sample it, figure out argue over the SRM and all that. Gizmo Brew Works was started in 2013.
Dark black.
Yeah. Dark black. Started in 2013 on a 2-barrel system, and now they're up to a 7-barrel system. And they have they do draft, and from what I mentioned before, a metric shit ton of 22-ounce bombers.
I'm sorry,
That's all right.
puffing this and it just smells amazing.
Okay, let me get in on this. One of the things that I like about them is that they represent thinkers, tinkerers, and inventors.
Oh my.
So the industrial park where they're housed, they're calling that the perfect spot for their the type of people.
Well, it's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
makes sense.
Their logo. The G is a C clamp. There's a screw for the I. One of those folding rulers is a Z. Some bolted things together for an M, and then a gear with a hop in the center of it is the O.
Yeah, and then they have the cross screws at the top and the hop in the bottom. This is a cool logo. They're definitely
They did some
good.
There was some nice work on that one. But the smell on the Black Stiletto Stout is like exactly what you want out of a stout.
Oh, that's a good stout.
Really chocolatey smell to it.
Yes, there's a chocolatey flavor, and velvet is the right way to put it. The mouthfeel, the body on it is just short of chewy, but enough to like really give it some pizzazz.
Yeah. This is sex. Oh man, like this is it. Like, I think only possible way you can make this better is put it on nitro, but outside of that, like, it's amazing.
Yeah. The only thing for me is it's a little the roast is a little sharp on the back for me, but I enjoyed that part of it a little more than I normally do with a stout.
A little pain with your pleasure, right?
Yeah, exactly. I saw your face light up, and I was waiting. Waiting. I didn't know what was going to happen.
You want the stiletto heel in your chest.
Honestly, it's a great, as usual, for a lot of the breweries, especially the smaller ones, a great name for a beer.
No, it's very tasty.
It's really good. I kind of want to see what it would be like a little warmer, because right now we have it right out of the fridge, and it's a little cool.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a little on the cold side.
But I think as it warms up, I think that roastiness might become a little more present, and you might get a little bit more of the chocolate, like bittery kind of flavors, which might be nice.
I agree.
I picked those up in the aroma.
Oh yeah. But this is a really good, smooth stout. Like 31 IBUs doesn't come across that much. It's just enough to cut through, and supremely drinkable.
It is rather viscous on the mouthfeel.
Yeah, I'm very, especially being that's something I'm trying to get into my oatmeal stout. I'm like always intrigued when I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I want. I like wanting to send them an email. They're like, how did you do this? What did you put in here?
Please tell me. Please.
Actually, if I say, I don't know about them in particular, but I've noticed that almost every brewer, like, they're more than happy to like guide you in the direction that you want. So maybe I will send them an email.
Can't hurt to try.
Or maybe they listen. If you're listening, just send us a voicemail.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we tag you on any of your social media stuff in it. So be great to hear back from you. Hasn't quite warmed up. It would take a little while to warm up, and I'm not gonna wait long enough for this to warm up because it's too good as is. Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna use my crash to warm it up.
Wait. Let me see if I can zoom in on that.
I don't know if you have a telephoto on that thing.
Yeah, it's just a desktop thing. It's not the Hubble.
I was trying to remember the name. I was trying to remember the name of the space telescope. I was trying. You got it before I did.
But I really like this, and it gets me really excited about the next two beers that are in here. That if this one is their base, and this is as good as this is, it's only going to get better, I think.
Yeah, this is. Well, there were a number in here that I really wish that I could have. We could have gotten like a Voyage Works smoked porter was one that I looked at and sounded pretty good. The barrel aged IPA, their Palisade Wasp.
Palisade Wasp.
Yes,
that's the name of the IPA.
Yeah. Oh, completely unrelated.
Yeah.
But just to let you guys know, you said barrel aged IPA.
Yeah.
My brother was texting me before he was at Cricket Dung.
Oh,
okay. Awesome.
He has secured us more bottles of Labyrinth.
Yes.
I don't know how many, but
hopefully all of them.
Yeah.
Just put them all. Just put them right in the trunk and just drive straight through Pennsylvania.
If he just calls me next time, I will just give him my credit card number.
Here, just put this in. Just come. Just buy them all. Ship them back to me.
This beer stays cold a long time.
Yeah, and now your nuts are up in your throat.
Sort of.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you a minute to tell me if it warmed up a little bit.
Oh, it did.
And I'm trying to hold.
It definitely did a little bit. The mouthfeel is even a little bit more velvety.
Okay.
And yes, the chocolate comes through even more. And for me, that back end roast that I was saying was the only thing that was sort of nagging me. I don't know if it just got more smooth roasty throughout the sip, or if it got a little less roasty. But it's good.
I mean, mine I was just keeping in my hands and on the table, but I definitely did notice that the chocolate did become a little more pronounced, and it's not really not a dark chocolate. It's more of a like a milk chocolate kind of flavor.
Yeah.
It's almost got that delicious chocolate milk quality that you get sometimes with with some good stouts.
Oh, this is spectacular.
What do you think, Mark? I'm seeing the gears turn in Mark's head.
I thought of Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
See, when I think of Yoo-hoo, I think of like the alkaline chocolate flavor, the alkalized chocolate, and that's not what I'm getting here.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yoo-hoo came into mind.
Is this
I know this. Yeah, but it's not chocolate milk though.
No, it's not. But it could.
It's chocolate drink.
Basically, that's what it is. Somebody has to have made an alcoholic Yoo-hoo.
Oh yeah, you add rum.
Yeah, I guess rum would be the choice.
It's good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize this was from personal experience. I thought this was just like a.
It's kind of like around that. It's kind of like in that same vein as like eggnog kind of thing. You know, rum to it. Like, oh yeah, why not?
Yes.
I'll get this one.
Now I'm thinking about taking a hypodermic needle full of rum and injecting it into the boxes.
Like the sippy boxes?
Yeah.
But just make sure you label them so that your toddler doesn't grab them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's gonna be on the floor.
I know.
Why is Dorothy sleeping for 16 hours?
Because she's tanked. That's why.
I did. I forget what day it was, but Amy was like, well, it was Thursday or Friday. Because Thursday was at daycare, but I sent Amy a text message how's it going at home? And she's like, I'm trying to get him to go the fuck to sleep or whatever. And I was like, is it whiskey time yet?
That's the old thing.
He's teething.
Every grandparent's like, you just rub whiskey on their gums, and you're like, and then CPS comes. But I guess I can go to sleep. So
until CPS comes and wakes me up while I was trying to sleep. Damn it. Now, for me, this is absolutely delicious, and I'm going to give this one a growler, very close to a keg, but I'm going to go with a growler on this one. I could start putting these back and put them back quickly, and despite it being 6.1, I think they're going to go down really easy, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, here are my keys.
Wow, and they have there's a little thing on the side that says when it was bottled, and this is fresh as shit. This was bottled December 2017.
Exactly. So this was bottled obviously earlier this month.
Yeah.
That we're recording it, so it's as fresh as you're gonna get it.
That's pretty. Oh, cool, man. The logo on there is awesome. It's a stiletto with a switchblade, for the heel.
No, that's a stiletto.
It's a stiletto knife.
Oh, right.
God damn it, man.
This is why we don't have nice things, Justin.
This is how you get ads. Wait, that doesn't work.
Nah.
Crazy. Yes, so that's exactly what it is. I feel really ridiculous and stupid now.
So, Mark, what are you thinking for a rating on this one? Justin tries to pull his head out of his
ass.
Somebody call the horse doctor.
Anyway.
I'm going to call it a bomber. I think that's the good number. 2 is the right number. Then, it's very good, but the viscousness of it, more than 2,
okay.
I'm gonna want something a little lighter on the palate.
I can understand the texture issue with that.
I'm torn between a bomber and a growler. I love it's got a good mouthfeel, but it's also pretty dry, on the finish too, which I like. I'll go with growler. I like it enough to have a growler chill into this. I feel like it is pretty, for those of you that are only familiar with Guinness when it comes to dark beer, this is pretty close to a Guinness.
See, I agree that it's crisp on the finish.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I swallow, it's almost kind of like honey, where you're pouring honey out and then you turn it back and it's still flowing a little bit.
You're
I feel like I've swallowed the bulk of it, but there's still some of it slowly dragging its way down my throat.
I like your hand motions and facial motions with it.
I have an involuntary half stack. I'm sorry, I have to think about this for a second. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying though. I like that part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. I think the texture is a nice addition to it.
I'm sorry, what was your rating? Did you give it a rating?
Growler.
Growler.
So hiccups. Oh my god.
The next one that we have is the Aztec Gold Imperial Chocolate Stout. And this one is at a nice light 9.2% ABV.
Oh, jeez.
And this is a killer label. Check that out.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Looks like a hand-drawn Incan, or Aztec in this case. Whatever.
Sorry.
What's the difference? Mexico, Peru, whatever.
Let's just say it's mine.
Yeah. Why not, right? Let's go the whole thing off.
They are wrong about the calendar. We could be wrong about this.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been pretty downhill since 2012. I don't know about you guys the last 5 years. Things have kind of...
Just as Janky said.
Exactly. But this one, like I said, 9.2% ABV, doesn't have the IBUs on it. But theirs is listed as an Imperial Chocolate Stout. The first people to produce chocolate were the ancient tribes of Mexico, Central America, including the Incas, Aztecs, and Mayans. Oh my.
We were all right.
They mixed ground
It's like
cacao
maybe we were
seeds
paying
with various
attention to
seasonings to
this.
make a spicy, frothy drink, which they called chocolate. The Aztecs valued their drink so much that cocoa was used as a currency worth more than gold. We celebrate this invention with our Aztec Gold Imperial Chocolate Stout. We brewed it with cocoa nibs grown in Belize and roasted by Raleigh's own Videri Chocolate Factory. The addition of vanilla beans make this beer a well-balanced treat.
So no mention of like incorporating the blood of previous sacrifices to Quetzalcoatl.
Nope, we are not celebrating the feathered serpent god today.
I don't
He
get a
will
lot of.
rest.
I don't get a lot of the nose. Oh yeah, dark black.
Yes.
I don't get a lot of the nose with this one.
But it does have a little bit more of the chocolate aroma than the last one.
It definitely is more chocolatey on the aroma. I don't necessarily detect vanilla as a
Aroma?
yeah as
An
a,
aroma.
as its own note.
Okay.
It's very astringent for me.
The aroma?
No,
The flavor?
the flavor. Yeah, I took a sip. It's not the other one. Where the other one was smooth, this one's like super sharp for me.
Yeah.
Great. Not pleasing.
No,
It kind of takes a good first note and then turns it into something where I'm not really happy with it.
yeah,
Which is a shame because I was really excited about this.
right. I almost feel like if they were reversed. I mean, obviously, reading the flavor text in the back of the black stiletto, that was supposed to be that. But like just by name, if you flip them, that would be less surprising to me. But because
I understand where you're coming from with that. Yeah, sometimes I've had American stouts that are a little more astringent. Pardon me, I'm trying not to belch right into the mic. I've had American stouts that are a little more astringent, like this chocolate stout is, which I'm kind of surprising because usually when I hear chocolate stout, even imperial chocolate stout, I'm thinking that chocolate prominence should be there a little bit more than what I'm picking up in these sips. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the astringency may be because it's cacao nibs
it's definitely possible.
and it's not like cocoa powder or some
Or like
other
the milk chocolate flavor.
some other more further processed form of chocolate.
Yeah, no fats coming in there.
Yeah, I just like the other problem is if it's finished clean, like if you got that sharpness and it finished clean, I'd kind of be okay with it, but it is still jackhammering like the middle part of my tongue right now.
I tasted it in the top back of my mouth.
Yeah.
Still, I only had one sip, and that was probably about a minute and a half ago.
Yeah, my mouth is leathery.
Yeah.
It's a shame, again, because I was really excited about it. After how good that American style was, I was like, yeah, I'm jacked up for it, and this is kind of a letdown.
You know what we should do though is
mix a little of the two.
well, I was gonna say this with the Scovillus Maximus though.
Maybe we could just try it. But that's a cool thing we could try. I'm into mixing all. We can give that a shot when we're done. We got plenty left.
Yeah, maybe at the end.
But
I'd like to try them all separately first.
oh, we definitely will.
Or do anything like that.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm trying to think, like style wise, it could some of this astringency also be like a hop bite? Is that possible? It's an American stout. I know that there's late hop editions and stuff. I don't really know. I'm just trying to attribute it to something because otherwise it feels to me like it's just like way over roast. You know?
Yeah, I don't really think it's hops that we're getting.
I don't think so either.
No, I think Mark, you were right on with the cocoa nibs being the source of the astringency.
I think it may be a combination of maybe too much nibs and maybe the nibs were roasted too deeply.
What's also possible is that they have this chocolatey, velvety one,
Right.
and they were going for a more sharp, roasty stout.
Yeah.
So, I think I don't think that there's anything, for lack of a better word, incorrect. Not that I, have any qualifications to tell someone something's incorrect, but it's just definitely not my jam.
Yeah, I'm hesitating to go back for a second or third sip here, but yeah, I'm sure what they've designed and this is what they were going for, but it's when I hear chocolate, I want a little bit more chocolate presence in it, not necessarily, and that's not necessarily what I'm getting either. So for me, this one is just going to be, it's amazing for me, but it's going to be a stout that I'm just going to call a taster.
Excuse me.
Right.
Yes, it's going to be the same thing for me.
I'm going to give it a pint.
Yeah, you're going to go with a pint?
Yeah, I'll give it a pint. I don't abhor it to the point where, like that one sip and I'm done. It's not your pina colada goza or whatever the hell that was.
That's exactly what it was.
It was orange pina.
It was called Swan Dive.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, it's nowhere near as offensive as that was to me, so I'll give it the pint.
And I'll also say, like, you did say the addition of vanilla beans. I don't. That's not even remotely.
I mean, I know vanilla beans. I know vanilla beans are added a lot to anytime you add chocolate to something.
Yeah.
There's something about the chemical compounds in both chocolate and vanilla that really interact amazingly and create a depth of flavor that's just outstanding. But I'm not picking that up at all.
No, I agree. We'll have to. Well, let's see what our mixing brings us.
Yeah. Mark, you want to open up the Scobolus Maximus?
This was the beer that I saw on their list. That was like, okay, I have to send Taylor to this place because I need this one beer. The main reason why is most of the time that we see any kind of chilies or hotness or heat in a beer, most of the time I see it with a dark beer, and I think that chilies go very well in light beer, as Mark has shown with his High Baby with the habaneros. So this ought to be interesting. And all these beers are like brand new, basically. This one and the one before were bottled in November.
Right.
So they're all super fresh, which is good, especially for a lighter type beer. Now we might need to have an SRM situation. I probably would go gold, yellow to gold, or light gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 4.
Yeah, I'll say about maybe closer to 5, but yeah, that's about it. Just to be pedantic.
Exactly.
Um,
Just so someone can be right.
Yeah. Every time we've been saying Scobolus Maximus, I keep wanting to finish the whole line from Gladiator of like, my name is Felix Maximus Derisius, whatever it is, commander of the Felix Legion.
I don't know. I'm thinking it might be like closer to 3.
Okay.
No,
it's fine.
Just saying.
Listen, I'm in. So if I said 4 and we are at 3, I consider that a win.
I said 4.
I agree with you for 4.
I said 5.
Right.
I can be wrong.
Oh, so you're definitely wrong.
I'm comfortable being wrong here.
5 is right house.
5.
Huh. Somebody tell me what this smells like.
I don't.
It's gonna be ball sack. I haven't smelled it yet, but it's probably ball sack. No, I have no idea.
Like I kind of get pepper aroma, but I don't get like. There's no capsaicin coming up in there. Like I'm not getting any kind of like tickle or.
It smells like old taco sauce. Is that more between gym socks and taco sauce?
Huh.
Right?
I do understand the old taco sauce reference.
Right.
Like,
And I'm not saying that's bad, but it's like it's been out for a little while.
yeah,
Salsa
yeah.
that's been on the buffet all day. You know, you come down to it at the end. That's what it smells like.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, see, this is more aggressive than I find enjoyable.
Oh man, this basically just kind of gives me a good tickle. And this is exactly, this is almost exactly what the barrier beer that I love, Voyage.
Hot Burn and Love.
Hot Burn and Love. Thank you. Couldn't remember it.
How can you forget that?
I don't know.
You talked about it so many times that Kevin and I. Yeah.
I thought you had it like tattooed above your heart.
Episode 3, bitch. That's how I can't remember it. This is the third one we've recorded. You seem confused.
Oh. I thought you were saying like we drank Hot Burning Love
in
episode 3 of our podcast.
No, we definitely haven't.
I was going to say, I don't remember that.
It tastes kind of like, Mark, it tastes kind of like your fermented salsa.
Oh, man. This is good.
It's a little sweet, and then there's that heat that comes in at the end of the sip.
It is. It's just, I get an unpleasant, like, prickly sensation in my throat.
Yeah, you're getting tongue raped, basically.
No, I'm not feeling it on my tongue.
Oh,
I'm
no.
feeling it in my throat.
Oh, really?
I literally mean in my
Yeah,
throat.
no, I actually am going to second Mark on this one. I'm not picking it up on my tongue. I'm picking up maybe the very back of my tongue.
I get
with
some
the
heat
top of
on my
throat.
tongue, but I'm getting prickles in my throat.
Yeah, obviously, when we've discussed this before on the podcast, my level of tolerance is ungodly when it comes to this. So this level here, this is my like sweet spot of enjoyment. This is before I get crazy and do a crazy competition or something.
Right.
Not that hot, but not barely imperceptible. Like right here, this is like the punch the back of my throat. This is enjoyable.
Well, this one comes in at 9.3% ABV, so it is not a light beer by any means.
Well, no, it's just like color.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you read through the?
I did not read the flavor text.
Let me read through this for you real quick. It starts with a slight tingle on the tongue. Beads of sweat begin to form along with a sense of regret. Suddenly, your entire body feels as though you're walking through the gates of hell. If only you had known. In 1912, pharmacist Wilbur Scoville tackled this heated issue, developing the scale that bears his name. Capsaicin is plentiful in the spicy, dirty blonde ale. Chipotles provide a pepper flavor, while red and habanero peppers add a raw heat. As your body temperature rises, a slight sweetness of candy sugar and agave nectar provide balance, through a little relief. Red-faced with steam coming out of your ears, you succumb to the piquancy. At least this time, you were warned.
There you go.
And that agave candy sugar sweetness definitely leads off. It kind of that's the first thing that you taste, and then there definitely is that little bit of spiciness to it. And I really like how balanced this one is.
Me too.
The sweet then to it. I know it's kind of a played out combination, but the peach habanero stuff, like you get it at every Mexican or Tex-Mex restaurant is gonna have, peach habanero salsa, but it's that sweet and that heat that's always just a magical combination. This kind of follows that same pattern to it, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, Mark with the peach and habanero and the high baby Kolsch is similar thing. And I agree from a mass market perspective. Like if this were a nationwide beer, that this would probably need to be cut down a little bit. But I love the fact that they went after we had the Stashin, which was from Blue Point,
which was gross.
I like it. I still have cans of it, but it's different in the sense that it's basically the pepper flavor without the heat.
Right, but my qualm with the Stashin was that it was like fresh chopped.
Yeah.
How it tasted like fresh chopped peppers, like that they weren't cooked or anything. It was like it felt incomplete to me. This one tastes like it's, I'm going to say process, but it's like that it's been completed cooking. You've gone through the process of developing the flavor and allowing it to have. So I guess that's maybe the what do they say, ancho?
Well, yeah,
Right,
there's habaneros too.
Yeah, but they said the ancho to begin with, right?
No, Chipotle.
Chipotle. So that Chipotle is another one of the dried peppers, right? That's what.
No, Chipotles are They're fully ripe jalapenos.
Okay.
Red
That have been
jalapenos.
Okay, I knew there were a smoking, like, I know, like, the ancho is...
And they're usually packed in adobo.
Right. So, I really like that flavor. I think it's a good flavor. Also, the candy sugar and the agave kind of gives it that feel almost closer to a Belgian blonde ale, kind of like that sweetness with it, as opposed to it being a Kolsch like yours, Mark, or other lighter beers that you sometimes get when they throw chilies in.
Yeah, for me, it's very well balanced. My point of bringing up the stash it was more to say that to me is how you get peppers in a beer for most people. But I like the fact they made this for people who literally want to get jacked on the heat.
See, but I have to disagree because drinking, like, I'm not sweating at all. Like, the dopamine center, like, receptors in my brain are not being triggered by this. I just have a painful, prickly sensation in my throat. Like, I enjoy eating spicy food, and, you know, I enjoy that dopamine hit. I'm not getting any dopamine drinking this beer. I'm just getting this scratchy feeling in my throat.
No, I mean...
I think it might have just surpassed the one, because different peppers and the way you prepare them and everything else is going to give you different heat sensations. Do you know what I mean? Like habanero and
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not getting any good hot sensations from this beer.
right. But you are getting a hot sensation. It's just not the one that you're looking for. The fact that they went after it being hot, period, is what I'm applauding. Whether or not it works for you or for different people is different. But a lot of people who make a pepper beer are going to try to tone it down to the point where try to give everyone what they're looking for.
Here's where I'm disagreeing with you on a different point here. I think this one would be more accessible than the Stash It. I think this one, where it's sweeter and has a little bit of heat to it, because this is not overpoweringly hot by any stretch.
No, it is. It could be. I think for Mark, it's where the hot is hitting on the body
Right,
is uncomfortable.
but I don't think obviously it's not the quantity. It's not the intensity of the heat.
No,
That's not the living portion.
it's the quality.
Right,
Of
correct.
the heat.
The intensity
Yeah,
is not
like
there for you.
no, this is not too hot for me.
Right. Exactly.
I just have an uncomfortable sensation in my throat. I'm not getting any dopamine.
I get it. You're the dopamine junkie. We all are.
I know. Like,
Evolution demands that we all be dopamine junkies, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is, I think this one, if you handed this pepper beer to more people, right? If we did a side by side, here's Stash It, here's this one, 2 pepper beers, blind taste test. You tell me which one you like more. I think you're going to get more people selecting this one because the spice intensity is less and it's a little sweeter, and I think it's more accessible than the other one that is really much more forward and really bright and assertive with the pepper flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand.
That's just
understand. Plus,
you get my thought process on it, right?
Plus, this one is giving what most people think with a pepper beer, where with Stash It, you're expecting heat.
Right.
And even if you don't like heat, it might be strange not to get it.
Yeah.
I think that the population that will enjoy this beer is smaller than that. After they get used to it, but I just like the fact that someone made a really hot fucking beer. Like, it's hot. It's not. It might be hot that hits the back of the throat. It might not be the right kind of.
I don't even think it's that hot.
Compared to every other pepper beer that we've had, I'm not saying it's hot because I mean there's very little.
No, I'm saying even compared to a lot of the other pepper beers we have, I don't think this is that hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't think of another beer other than Hot Burn and Love that I've ever had that's.
What's
that
the
hot.
one the Founders makes?
Are you talking about Crime?
No, it's got the dancing chick on it.
I don't know.
Mango Magnifico.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's that. You're right. But yeah,
Mango Magnifico is definitely hotter than this.
It is. Yeah, it is. You're right. You're totally right about that.
And that actually tickles me the way that I want.
But I find it, and I think
Well, that's the dancing girl in the cover one.
yes, I find that one is heat on my tongue, which again, that one is more of what you expect when you eat a chili. I don't
Right.
really, this I guess just reminds me so much of that Hot Burn and Love that I really liked.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really sort of like tying myself to. You're right though. The Magnum Magnifico is probably a little like either on par or a little hotter.
Well, I
And
know
then
you
Crime.
really like that
Yeah,
beer too.
great. And it's Crime from Stone. That's the hottest beer I've ever had. That is Crime. It will fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I don't think I had that one.
I'll buy it at some point. We can sample it, but it's not something
You
you
can
would
drink it. I'll sample the tiniest bit.
Yeah, it is a crime. It will hurt you.
Well, for this one, I think it's really good. I'm gonna give this one a pint, not because of like quality. It's simply that for me personally, I'm not gonna be able to drink more than a pint of it, but I think it's really interesting, and I think it's very well done. I think they had some nice flowery language there. I was expecting a little more heat, talking about with all their talks of beads of sweat and steam coming out of the ears.
My forehead is dry.
Yes, mine is just greasy because I didn't shower today.
And I'm wearing this beanie hat, and underneath here is like the fucking Valdez went off.
But I think this is a good example of what brewers can do with chilies and beers, and that you should hold this one up a little higher than something like Stash It, where it just feels like you just threw chopped chilies in there.
Yeah, I think there were two different purposes behind the beer. But for me, it's going to be a bomber. I like it more than a bomber, but the way the heat hits me, like Mark was alluding to, I think it definitely builds, which I also like. But it's just in the back of my throat, and it's not hitting all the notes I would want to continuously drink it. Though, give me some really good chicken wings with this. Maybe some hurricanes with the hottest sauce they have. I forget the name of it. Maybe those two together I'd be pretty into.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with Kevin on the pint on this one, just because. It's good. I like the sweetness that's coming from the agave, but also, it's 9% alcohol, so there's a certain considerable amount of alcohol sweetness here as well.
This one?
Yeah.
Justin's getting ready to play mixologist over here, so.
But, with that, like, I don't feel like I'm hot. I just feel like...
I think you're hot.
Mark, you're not my type.
You'd have to shave, though, because I feel like the inside of my thighs would just chafe.
Shave what, though?
That's a good point. Solid point. We're going to leave that open-ended.
Yeah, it just doesn't tickle the things that I want tickled when it comes to chilies and a beer. So I drink the pint.
Okay, so Justin played mixologist and dumped a little bit of the chocolate imperial stout, the Aztec Gold, in with some of the other ones.
I'm not saying anything. Everyone else got to do the same thing. Equal amount of both.
Okay.
If you want, I can roll that for you.
Yeah, why don't you knock this down real quick? Just because, just kind of hitting that for me. Thank you.
Pass me the gold.
All right.
You could have just actually poured the gold on top of that. I
didn't really want that much of it. When you were saying equal portions, I didn't really want that much of it, so that's why
I did like a quick little 3 count.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, that's much better.
I think that what it does is it rounds out the roast and the astringency on the Mayan Aztec Incan thing.
Right. And you still smell the chili.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Right, and I think it calms that back of the throat reaction. And actually I think it's the astringency more than anything, but it plays with my tongue a little bit. It kind of fools my brain into thinking.
Damn, you're right. That is a lot.
That's fucking good, right?
That's really tasty.
Yeah, so...
Guys, if anybody from Gizmo hears this, in your tasting room, you gotta pour this for, like, if you have this on tap, like, you gotta pour these for your people.
What does Long Island do? They mix 2 things, right? The raspberry wheat and one of the dark beers.
I think the Hooligan?
Maybe
no, not the Hooligan.
No, not the breakfast stout. The other one. Fuck. Maybe it is the breakfast stout.
No, it's gotta be.
No, it's the breakfast. It's gotta be the breakfast stout. They mix those 2. They have a special name for it, but
I don't remember.
Similar concept here.
Yeah, but this is really good. Now you got chocolate and chili, which is a classic, Latin American flavor combination of chocolate and chilies. Think mole sauce, if you will.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, this is an interesting. This has made. I think I enjoy this more than either of the other two separate.
Yeah, this combo right here, like bumps, everything's up to a growler for me.
Yeah, if this would spilling beer.
I didn't catch that.
If this was the beer itself, then yeah, I would definitely rate this probably a growler.
Yeah, this is pretty good. So there you go. No big deal.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm overall pretty happy with some of the stuff from Gizmo here today, and that American Stout alone would make me go visit them and go chase, not chase after their beers, but definitely, if I was driving through Raleigh, they would be a pit stop.
One thing I can tell you is there are a shitload of breweries in Raleigh.
Yeah, that now is Raleigh part of what they call the Research Triangle?
I believe so.
Right, it's Raleigh Durham. It's the Raleigh Durham area, and then what, like Charlottesville.
Yes, Charlottesville.
And,
I don't remember what the third.
I don't remember what the third point is, but I know that's the Research Triangle area or whatever, and it's a really happening area in the country.
Well, that's where New Belgium and Sierra Nevada, and I think White Labs has a facility in that area.
It's very beer centric.
Yeah,
That's cool. I wonder if in that section, if they're in the mountains enough, if they're at high enough altitude where they might be able to grow some hops locally.
I have no idea.
I know some of as you hit some of the areas of Appalachia, you can they grow wine in some of the areas in like Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but the western part of Virginia, because you get the right altitude, so you get the right.
I've been to a couple wineries in that area.
Yeah, so
it's pretty.
If you can grow wine, you grow hops.
That's true. They have so many beers that I want to try. They have this barley wine they call Trebuchet. Apparently, it won North Carolina Brewers Cup first place in 2015.
Okay.
I think Scoville's Maximus won a medal too, but I'm clicking on the thing and it's not telling me.
I could see this one. I could see Scoville's Maximus winning a medal.
Yeah. Where was the other one? The Stiletto. Where's the one? The Incan. The Incan won a bronze in 2015 for the Carolina Championship beers.
That surprises me.
Yeah, we don't know what category they entered in or anything. But they, there's a ton here. They have a peanut butter brown ale that sounds pretty awesome.
Always into peanut butter beers.
Something they call the Deep Blue Saison.
Okay.
All I can think of is, I'm Samuel L. Jackson. Haven't you ever seen any of my movies?
And
this is the way I talk.
And by the way,
Deep Blue Sea, motherfucking shark ate me.
All right, if you guys love Sam Jackson and him just shouting motherfucker and blowing shit up, you have to see the Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
It is him and Ryan Reynolds just blowing shit up and him just yelling blah 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 motherfucker blah blah blah. Like, and I counted at least 20 in the movie, and it's hysterical, worth watching.
So,
sorry,
completely funny thing. All of that should come up. Okay. First of all, it's called Deep Blue Saison because it's a blueberry saison.
Okay.
And the logo, your wife would love because it is a blue shark eating blueberries with blue all over its face. And let me read.
Samuel Jackson and blueberry.
Hold on. In the summer of 1997, Deep Blue, a computer designed by IBM, defeated the world champion chess player Garry Kasparov at his own game. This was the first time a master of his craft had been beaten by
Kasparov.
Artificial intelligence. In the summer of 1999, a totally unrelated yet similarly disturbing advancement in technology struck again when the Hollywood classic Deep Blue Sea proved even Samuel L. Jackson was no match for those motherfucking AI sharks. We pay our respects to these victims of technology with a funky twist on a farmhouse favorite. Our saison has a strong blueberry nose accompanied by a classic Belgian aroma. Dry and crisp, a sweet blueberry flavor takes over, accented by a slight tart ending. Gizmo's summer beer, pairs perfectly with hot days, warm nights, chess matches, and sailing in shark-infested waters.
Clearly, these are our people.
Holy fuck, we should really hang out with them.
Good for you,
Gizmo. I've never read that, and we all at the same time brought up motherfucking sharks. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that looks great. There's a peppermint and a coffee version of that stiletto.
I would be into trying both of those.
I'd be into the coffee. I'm not a big peppermint.
Yeah, definitely not peppermint.
I would like to try it.
I would still try.
I don't know if I would get it, if I would enjoy it as much. I think the coffee one would be great. I would love to try you said a chocolate with that stout in there. You know, not the nibs, but a chocolate one. I think that American Stout is a really good beer, standalone, but it's also something that I think they could play with a lot. And I would just build on that. I would just take that beer and just start spinning it off and be like, all right, let's add some of this to it, and add some of that to it, and add some of this to it, and almost to the extent of oops my pantsy. You know.
On the subject of Sand City, I don't know if you guys saw, but they recently released a beer that's called "I Picked a Bad Day, Stop Sniffing IPA."
Yes, I saw that.
At least they've got a different name on it, but that's good. But yeah, I would almost go with that beer. I would almost just go like that on it. I would just start adding all these different adjuncts to it just to see what I got.
Pepper stiletto.
You're gonna tell me you wouldn't drink that?
Oh, we just did.
Well, we had
no.
Oh, that was the other one. Sorry, right?
Yeah,
but it was Ingy Gold.
Which I actually might. I might rinse out my glass and go for that one in a second here.
Yeah. They won a shitload of medals, by the way. They have an Enigma Weizenbach that won a Brewers Cup first place in 2015. So just to give people an idea of what you can get year round from them, they have a Beekeeper Honey Wheat, the Palisade Wasp IPA, and this Black Stiletto Stout those are year round. And then the Peppermint Coffee Stiletto and the Peanut Butter Brown Ale and that Deep Blue Saison motherfucking Shark thing was those are their seasonals. And then they have these other series of beers. It's crazy. They have one called Trojan Horse. It's an Imperial IPA. It's pretty cool.
You know what I'm thinking of too? Like,
dude, try this.
That Dave Chappelle bit, I think, is when he's Samuel L. Jackson, like spoof on the old Sam Adams beer commercials, and they're like, "Sir, can you keep your the volume down?" And he's like, "Okay, this is the way I talk."
And everything Samuel L. Jackson does is amazing. Everything even about him is amazing. They have a coffee pale ale too.
Okay.
That won a bronze in the 2015 Carolina Championships of Beers.
Oh. I just mixed together some of the pepper ale and the American Stout, and it came out pretty good.
It's not quite as good as the
it lacks the chocolate. I think the chocolate really tied it together. With that one, but
did it not?
What?
Did it not?
Did it not? Yeah. But the American Stout is my winner for the day. Like, I really like that beer.
Yeah, the pepper beer for me is again, it scratches that itch that Barrage left a gaping hole when they didn't make hot burn one the last couple of years.
There you go. Well, you guys have anything else?
No, I'd like to thank Taylor for being relatively awful at lawn games and for grabbing us these beers. He actually brought us back beers from another location that we'll be doing on a future episode as well.
All right.
So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate Joanne for keeping him around so that he can mule us beer and make us feel better about ourselves when we play sports.
Yeah. Well.
All right, everybody, and don't forget, call, leave us voicemail, 631-605-7240.
Yep. Heavy breathing. Tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, whatever you want, basically. I think, and
we'd love to hear from you.
Justin's gonna put it on the air. So
yes, you'll hear that, and occasionally I'll mix in some funny outtakes from recording, embarrassing shit that people don't want to know about. More embarrassing than Mark shaving me inside of my thighs.
What's the embarrassment then?
I don't know.
I don't know anything. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.